colors creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am bringing you this look right here, and it is a anti-Valentine's Day makeup look. So I did use two palettes. I definitely wanted to use the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette for this eye look. I had a thought in my head. I'm like, I want to do like a dark smoky eye with like a green pop of color to the lower lash line. And of course I wanted to do the dark black lips as well. So I went ahead and went in with my Urban Decay Electric palette. So this is the look I came up with, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this anti-Valentine's Day makeup look. Hey everyone, so I wanted to quickly mention that this video is actually a collab with my girl Tony. We actually decided both to collab last minute since we both had done a anti-Valentine's Day makeup look. So if you have not checked out Tony's channel, definitely check her out. She's super sweet. She posts quite regularly and I really like watching her videos. So if you haven't checked her out, check her out. And if you're coming from her channel, also don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, let's keep going. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And also don't forget to like this video as well if you found it, if you enjoyed it actually. It's pretty dark. Yeah. It's pretty dark. So yeah, if you want to know how I created this look, then just keep on watching. So I did do one eye off of camera. I was thinking about doing a voiceover, but I figured I can just do a talk through since I haven't done a talk through in a while. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is taking my Milani eyeshadow primer, and this is just in the shade Nude. I really have been enjoying this eyeshadow primer. It definitely works for high-end or drugstore eyeshadows. For this look, I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. And the first shade I'm going to be taking is this one right here, and it's called 13. I'm going to be setting my primer with that shade. Just, I don't know if you guys have noticed, like if you guys don't set your eyeshadow primer, if you are trying to blend out your crease, like even right now, you can kind of see some skipping right here. That's just because the primer's kind of tacky, and when you apply eyeshadows onto the eyelids, it kind of just skips on the lids. But when you set your eyeshadow primer, it's definitely easier, a little easier, and you won't have so many skipping on your crease when you apply a crease shade. So the first shade I'm going to be taking is this one right here, this brown shade, which is called Whiskey. And I'm just going to be taking this BH Cosmetics Fluffy brush. You guys know it's my favorite, and I'm just going to be applying it in the crease for my transition shade, and also like a smoky crease shade as well. I feel like I haven't done talk throughs in a while. I don't think I have. It's been a while. Really thinking about doing a voiceover, but thought, man, I should just do a talk through. My daughter's in school, nobody's here, my husband's working, so why not have the whole house to myself? So now actually I'm going to be taking my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Black Bean, and it's just a black eye crayon. You can use an eyeliner or a gel liner or anything like that if you don't have this one. This is really affordable from the drugstore, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be applying it to the lids and probably going halfway onto the lid, and then I'm going to be blending it out with a flat shader brush. So just applying it really as close as I can to my lash line. By doing this step, it kind of makes your dark shadow just be as dark as possible as it can be. You can definitely just go straight with the black, but if you just go straight with the black onto the lids, it's not going to be as dark as if you applied a black base to the black shadow or under the black shadow. So then I'm just going to be taking this flat brush. This is just from Wet n Wild. And I'm just going to be blending out the edges and kind of bringing it up. And then to set that dark base, I'm going to be taking the black shade in this palette, and it's called Black Market. I'm just going to be taking a flat shader brush again and packing on that shade. And I didn't apply any of my foundation or anything, any of my face makeup, just because I'm working with dark shades, and I don't really want to be dealing with having to clean up the under eyes because I do have some fallout on right here. So I just want to work with my eyeshadows first. Usually I start with eyeshadow anyway, but I definitely wanted to wait on the foundation because the shades are really dark. So now I'm going to be taking the shade next to it, which is called Dagger, and it's a dark gray shade. And I'm just going to be taking a smaller blending brush, and I'm just going to be applying this in my crease, really where it's closest to the lid shade, to kind of blend out this harsh line that I have right here. So you can see this side is a little more blended out, whereas this one isn't. So I'm going to be applying that Dagger shade onto the crease to try to blend out, to have a smooth transition from lid to crease shade. And you definitely want to work with a little bit at a time, just because it's better to do like slowly build up the dark shades rather than applying a lot, and then it's like you can't really take off color after you apply it. So definitely work in small steps. So definitely try to blend out the crease and the lid shade before trying to apply more. So I'm going to go back with my fluffy brush again, and I'm going to be mixing these two shades, this gray shade, which is called Password, and then this purpley shade, which is called Smolder. And I'm just going to be lightly tapping my brush in both shades and then applying it in my crease, just to blend out the crease a little more so it's not so harsh. Now I'm going to be taking this pencil, kind of bigger pencil brush, and I'm going to be going back with 13 right here, and I'm just going to be taking that shade on my brow bone. This helps to highlight my brow bone, and also if I went up too high for my crease shades, it kind of brings it down. And then I'm going to be going back with my fluffy brush, but I'm going to clean it off. I don't want any products on it, and I'm just going to be blending out any harsh lines, or just making sure that my crease is diffused so I don't have any harsh lines. So now I'm going to be taking this NYX matte liquid liner, and it's just in black, and I just lined it to have my lashes kind of hide against my lash line. So for lashes, I'm going to be taking these Cocoa lashes in the style Amore, or Amore, I don't know. And I'm also going to be applying this Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. Oh my gosh, do you guys watch How to Get Away with Murder? If you haven't, you definitely should, because it's super, super good. It's really good. And also I'm pretty excited because my favorite show ever, Bates Motel, is coming back next week or so. And I love that show too. Super good. I'm pretty sad that it's the last season. I think this is the 5th season. If you like suspenseful shows, definitely check those two out. Or if you are watching any of the two, what do you guys think about the shows or what's going on right now? It's pretty crazy. You guys should check them out. And of course I like watching Orange is the New Black, but I don't think that's on right now. So I'm pretty much done with the eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and prime the face. I'm going to be taking this Becca Backlight priming filter. This is just the sample size that I got. I do have a full size of this. I like using these luminous primers when I'm using matte foundation. And for foundation, I'm going to be taking the Becca Ever Matte Shine Proof Foundation, and I'm in the shade Nude. I really like this foundation. I like to apply it with my beauty blender because that's like the best way to apply it without it looking cakey. And of course you definitely want to do a full coverage foundation, or use a full coverage foundation since the eyes are really dark. So I bought the 5-pack during the 5-pack of the beauty blenders during the holiday, where it was like, I think like $75 for 5 beauty blenders. And I feel like it doesn't really get that big. I feel like when other YouTubers show their beauty blenders, they feel like they're super big, but mine doesn't feel like it gets super big. It really looks like skinny to me. I don't know. I haven't had a real beauty blender in a while, so it could be just that. So for concealer, I'm going to be taking my favorite concealer, which is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I use a shade Light Medium. And as you guys can see, I'm like almost out of this. I really, really like it. And I already have my backup. This one's really good to hide dark circles and to brighten up the face. It's pretty full coverage. And then I usually like to blend it out with a brush just because I like the full coverage of it. But since I don't have a brush here, I'm just going to be blending it out with my beauty blender. And then with my concealer, I also kind of like to clean up the eyeshadow. To set my under eyes, I'm going to be going in with this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade Dulce de Leche. And I'm just going to be taking this E48 brush and setting the under eye area. And I'm also going to be setting my forehead and nose and everywhere where I applied concealer. And I'm not going to be setting my face because I feel like this foundation really dries super matte and I don't really need to be setting my foundation when I wear this foundation. So I'm just going to go in with the bronzer that's in that Wet n Wild Dulce de Leche palette. And I'm going to be taking this brush. It's from Coastal Scents. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. I think it's just like a dual fiber powder brush or maybe like something like that. So I'm just going to be bronzing up the face. And I'm also going to be applying it right here where the sun would naturally hit my face. And I'm also going to take some on my nose, kind of to try to slim it up a little bit. For blush, I'm going to be taking this one by Milani, which is a baked blush in the shade Luminoso. I'm just going to be taking this Real Techniques multitask brush and just applying it to my cheeks. I'm going to be taking this Jouer highlighting. Oh look, it's my screen so I could see myself and make sure I'm in frame. But this is from Jouer and it's their highlighting powder in the shade Citrine. And I'm just going to be taking this Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35 brush and just applying it to the highest points of my cheeks. Whoa, I might have applied a lot. I really like this highlighter. It's really finely milled and it's really beautiful. As you can see, it definitely gives a pop to the cheeks. Might have went a little overboard. So I did fill in my brows off of camera and I just used this L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in the shade Brunette. I'm going to be lining my waterline. I was trying to find like a super bright green liner, but this is like the brightest green that I do have. This is from Kat Von D. It's called Eyegasm. I've never used this shade. So I'm just going to be applying this shade on my waterline. So now I'm going to be taking the bright green shade, which is called Freak, in the electric palette. And I'm going to be taking a smudger brush really close to my lash line to kind of pack on the shade. And then what I'm going to be doing is taking like a smaller fluffy brush here. This is a Coastal Scents Classic Blender brush, I believe. I think I'm going to take the Thrash shade. And just blending out the edges. And then I'm going to be taking the silver shade here, which is called Revolt, from the electric palette, and just applying it to the inner corners. So since I don't have a like bright green mascara for my lower lashes, I'm just going to be taking my mascara that I used for my upper lashes. So for lips, I'm going to be taking my only black liquid lipstick or black lipstick that I have at all, and it's from Lime Crime and it's in the shade Black Velvet. Since this is an anti-Valentine's Day, we gotta go dark. So this is the final look. This is my anti-Valentine's Day makeup look. I really had this look in my mind. I'm like, I want to do like a smoky dark eye on the lids and like a pop of green on the lower lash line. And of course the dark black lips. And I actually really like how this came out. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look as well. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also, if you liked this video and you want to see more from me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!